A long time ago, there existed a breathtaking kingdom called Gulistan. The land was famous across the world for its lush greenery, blooming gardens, flowing rivers, and an atmosphere filled with peace and harmony. People believed that even the wind carried kindness in this kingdom. The king and queen of Gulistan were known not only for their royal power, but for their justice, compassion, and love for their people. They ruled with wisdom and humility and were deeply respected by everyone. The royal couple had only one child, a daughter named Princess Lubna. Princess Lubna was not just the pride of her parents, but the heartbeat of the entire kingdom. Her beauty was unmatched, a soft, rosy complexion, deep, expressive eyes, and long, flowing black hair that shimmered like silk. Yet Lubna had another side to her personality. She was a true lover of fashion. She adored makeup, luxurious perfumes, sparkling jewelry, expensive hair accessories, and especially high heels. Her room was filled with lipsticks from distant lands, rare perfumes, jeweled crowns, and ornaments imported from all over the world. She would often say to her maids, with a playful smile, "My crown should be a little more dazzling, and my heels should be so high that when I walk, the entire palace hears me." But beneath her love for fashion and glamour, Princess Lubna possessed a heart of pure gold. Whenever she left the palace, she always covered her face with a veil. She did not want people to admire her only for her beauty. She wanted to be known for her actions. Riding in her royal carriage, she would visit villages, distribute food to the poor, give clothes to the needy, and listen to the struggles of her people with compassion. Because of her kindness and mystery, the young men of the kingdom longed just to catch a glimpse of her face. Many dreamed of marrying her, though most had never seen her without her veil. In one of those villages lived a young man named Shoaib. Shoaib was poor, but he was intelligent, hard-working, and strikingly handsome. He lived in a small, yet spotless, and peaceful house. Shoaib carried a secret deep in his heart. He was hopelessly in love with Princess Lubna. Inside his room, hidden from the world, were paintings of Lubna, drawn from his imagination. He had never seen her face, yet his heart knew her. Whenever the princess's procession passed through the village, Shoaib would stand among the poor, pretending to wait for charity, just to get closer to her even if she remained veiled. Then one day, fate changed everything. The royal palace announced that new bodyguards were needed. Shoaib presented himself, displaying extraordinary swordsmanship, courage, and discipline. Impressed by his skill and honesty, the palace guards appointed him as Princess Lubna's personal bodyguard. Shoaib's duty was to stand outside her chambers and accompany her during travels. One afternoon, Princess Lubna was sitting in her garden, touching up her makeup. She had removed her veil. Shoaib approached, pretending to offer her a cup of water. The moment he saw her unveiled face, his hands trembled. The cup almost slipped from his grasp. In awe, he whispered, "Subhanallah." Lubna turned and smiled gently. "Are you the new bodyguard?" she asked playfully. "How does my makeup look?" Shoaib quickly composed himself and replied sincerely, "Princess, this makeup is nothing compared to your beauty. Even without it, you look like royalty. This makeup is just dust before your natural grace." Lubna was touched by his simplicity and honesty. From that day on, they began to talk more often. Shoaib cared for her with silent devotion. When she walked, he cleared the path. When the sun burned, he stood like her shadow. One day, Princess Lubna was descending the palace stairs wearing her highest heels. Suddenly, her foot twisted. She screamed in pain and began to fall, but Shoaib caught her instantly in his arms. Her foot was badly injured. Shoaib carried her to the royal throne. A doctor was called, but Shoaib gently took cold water and ointment with his own hands. He carefully cleaned her wound and applied medicine to her delicate feet. Lubna asked softly, "Shoaib, why are you doing this? This is the work of servants." Shoaib replied with deep emotion, "Princess, in love, there is no servant and no king. Your pain is my pain." Tears filled Lubna's eyes. Shoaib removed her heels, applied the ointment, and placed soft shoes on her feet. In that moment, Lubna realized that Shoaib was not just her bodyguard, he was her soulmate. Time passed, and soon the king announced that the princess was ready for marriage. Gathering all his courage, Shoaib approached the king. At first, the king was furious, but Lubna stepped forward and said firmly, "Abba, I want to marry Shoaib. Still mischievous at heart, Lubna decided to test Shoaib's love. In front of everyone, she said, Shoaib, I have one condition. I have wanted a purple horse since childhood. Only if you bring me a purple horse will I marry you. Silence fell across the court. Everyone knew such a horse did not exist. Shoaib smiled and replied jokingly, Princess, does this purple horse come with matching purple lipstick? Lubna laughed and said, if you can find it, why not? Shoaib was not discouraged. He wandered forests for months, searching everywhere. People laughed at him. Finally, he used his wisdom. He visited an old doctor skilled in natural dyes. Shoaib collected rare purple flowers and created a powerful natural essence. He found the most magnificent white horse in the kingdom and worked day and night, bathing it in the dye. He decorated the horse with silver threads and purple ornaments. On the wedding day, Shoaib arrived at the palace gates. A stunning purple horse stood there, glowing like something from a fairy tale. Lubna was speechless. You really did it, she whispered. Shoaib bowed and said, every wish of yours is my command. Every wish of yours is my command even. The impossible, the king, deeply impressed, granted permission. A grand wedding followed. Lubna wore her favorite purple dress and her highest heels. Together, they rode the purple horse around the kingdom. From that day onward, Shoaib and Princess Lubna ruled Gulistan together, serving the people with love, patience, and kindness. Their story lived on for centuries as a symbol of devotion, wisdom, and true love.